up? You know who it is. What's going on, everybody? What's going on? You know the face, Joey J. What's going on? First off, sorry about the wet t-shirt contest. Things, just in a nutshell, just, not that we didn't have enough time to plan it out. I had some legal issues I had to deal with, things with the thing on Tulip Street. It is happening, it will happen, but, I hope nobody went to it, you know what I mean? Because I didn't, people should have known, you know what I mean? That I haven't talked about it. But, yeah, that will be back on the agenda. But right now, we'll talk about more things, you know what I mean? Book it, you know what I'm saying? And book it is a thing where you can book it. And when I'm saying book it is, the Royal Rumble is a week from tomorrow. And, the winner of the Royal Rumble is not going to be Daniel Bryan. Like I said earlier this week on the show, Daniel Bryan's not winning the Royal Rumble. Roman Reigns, I don't think it's his time. And me personally, I'm going to be at the Royal Rumble. You know what I'm saying, Danny Mac? Danny Mac's taping. Shout outs to my brother. Best photographer in the world. You know what I mean? Tapes me, stays loyal to the Joey G, the Joey Crack, whatever you want to call it, the creative genius. But Randy Orton's winning the Royal Rumble. I mean, it's not like I made it up and just because he's my favorite wrestler. There's 20 different reports. That's why he's not on television, as I said. He does dark matches when Raw goes off the air, when SmackDown goes off the air, sometimes. He doesn't even really do house shows. Once in a while, he'll do house shows. At the very end, he'll come out. They're keeping him off TV. And I know what some people say, well, what about Sheamus? Sheamus is returning at the Royal Rumble. You know what I mean? Why wouldn't they have him in? Well, Sheamus is not as big of a star as Randy Orton, in my mind, and I think in everybody's mind. Sheamus is a star. But Sheamus wins, and I don't know. Sheamus against Brock, because Brock is winning, is keeping the title at WrestleMania. I don't care. It's Seth Rollins will win the title, but I think it'll be after WrestleMania. Sheamus versus Brock would be a good match, but I think everybody's always wanted to see Randy versus Brock. People really want the Rock versus Brock. So, like I said, I got 3 picks to win the Royal Rumble. Roman Reigns, that's what the WWE wants, and I've heard that report for the last year. So, of course, he's in there. Undertaker returns. He could win it, but I think Randy Orton's winning. I would love Dolph Ziggler, Dean Ambrose, and like I said, I would have a heart attack if CM Punk came back and won it. And if The Rock, same thing. I would love it. But I don't think none of that's happened. I think Randy Orton's going to win it, The Undertaker's going to return, or Roman Reigns is just going to win it. But Daniel, the goat face troll, no, is not winning it. All right. Also, the thing that really pissed me off this week, Randy Savage, finally, God rest your soul, Macho Man, oh yeah, is getting inducted to the WWE Hall of Fame. And they got that scumbag brother, Hulk Hogan, inducting him. Now, it's known, everybody in the world knows this. People that don't even like wrestling know that Randy Savage, the Macho Man, Randy Poffo, his real name, never liked Hulk Hogan. Yeah, they were friends, you know what I mean? But Hulk Hogan would never be as big if he didn't have Randy Savage, if he didn't have Roddy Piper, if he didn't have Paul Orndorff. You know what I mean? If he didn't have them heels to work with in WWE. That were such great heels. You know what I mean? Cowboy Bob Orton, even though, he was Roddy Piper's really bitch, his bag man. You know what I mean? But still, Cowboy Bob Orton was a great wrestler. And that's not just, people say, oh, because Randy Orton's your favorite wrestler, whatever. You know what I mean? But that's just Randy Orton, like Kevin Nash tweeted. Macho Man must be flipping in his grave. I'm surprised Leaping Lanny Poffo hasn't said anything. But to keep this short on that story, the man who should be inducted, Randy Savage, into the Hall of Fame, and I said it earlier this week, is Ricky the Dragon Steamboat. They had the best match in WrestleMania history. They might have had the best match ever, but it's hard to call. The best match ever is ever. You know what I mean? So, I'm surprised. I think there's going to be things about that. Hulk Hogan inducting Randy Savage. They never had closure. They never had nothing. Savage tried to have closure, and Hogan bitched out like the scumbag he is. And it's his fault. Him, Macho Man, and Elizabeth broke up. And what happened to Elizabeth? She ended up dying in Lex Luger's house. So, you know what I mean? I think that's a slap and a spit in Macho Man's face. One of my favorites of all time. But what about Raw this Monday night as I close this show up? The go-home show before the Royal Rumble on Raw. And SmackDown was great on Thursday night. Great SmackDown. I thought it was good all around Daniel Bryan, basically, and a little bit of Roman Reigns. And I'm glad they put my man Dean Ambrose in there. But, I mean, they're using the Big Show too much. I mean, he's done. His career. And Kane. I mean, they're hanging around, but they're irrelevant no more. We all know they're never going to win a title again, unless it's the tag titles. They're never going to win the world title, even the Intercontinental title. But going on to more things in wrestling. Royal Rumble's next week. The go-home show this week. The Click, two Click members, two of my two favorite wrestlers ever, Shawn Michaels and Scott Hall, are going to be at Raw. And Hulk Hogan, well, and Dick Flair, two of my worst wrestlers ever, are going to be at Raw this Monday night, the go-home show before the Royal Rumble. So that's going to be fat. Next Sunday, Joey G will be at the Royal Rumble. Everybody look for Joey G. Joey Crack, the creative genius of pro wrestling and everything. And also my football picks for tomorrow. Green Bay at Seattle. I'm taking Seattle to win in a close game. Aaron Rodgers is a little hurt. AFC Championship, a lot of people are calling me crazy, but I think the Indianapolis Colts are just hot right now. I think they're going to go into Foxborough, in the Gillette Stadium, and beat the Tom Brady, Bill Belichick, and the New England Patriots. And the Super Bowl will be the Seattle Seahawks and the Indianapolis Colts, and Andy Luck will get his ring. Because Andy Luck's the man, and I've been saying that since he came out of Stanford. I said he was the man. This is Joey G, though. Like I said, we're shipping to Boston. That's just, a song we like. But book it. Randy Orton's winning the Royal Rumble. I mean, not because I want him to. Read the internet. Read the reports. It's in stone. He has that feud with the Authority. It fits right in. Randy Orton and Brock Lesnar. Royal Rumble or WrestleMania 31 main event. Unless The Undertaker returns. But this is Joey G. Joey G's out. I'll be doing a show tomorrow, a little reunion show with somebody. And like I said, keep it real. And Sheamus is coming back. And WWE's getting hot. Oh, TNA was great too. Friday nights now, Destination USA. But still TNA is TNA. Indianapolis Colts winning the Super Bowl. Joey G